So you're thinking about moving to King, North Carolina because somebody told you it was a great little town right outside Winston-Salem, and you feel like it's going to be the place that you want to call your forever home. So you're picturing this sleepy town, but what don't you know, and what do you need to know to make your next move and maybe buy your next home in King, North Carolina? Stick around so you don't miss an expensive mistake that you don't want to happen. If this is your first time to the channel, we want to make sure that you do not miss any of our upcoming videos or any of our new content. So definitely hit the button down below and hit subscribe so you don't miss out any of our new videos. And also, if you'd love to chat, we'd love to chat with you. You can call, text, or DM me. We help people every day, just like you, find their new home in North Carolina and or the Triad, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, or High Point, and we'd love to be able to help you. We help people, like I said, every day. So whether it's today, tomorrow, or the next year, we'd love to chat with you. And if you want to chat with me, you can also hit the button below and set up a Zoom meeting where we can chat about what your future moving needs are. I'd love to chat with you. Where is King located in the Triad? Well, it is north of Winston-Salem. It's off of US Highway 52. It's in Stokes County. It's about 15-20 minutes from downtown Winston-Salem. So I would call it, being from California and where I was from, I would call King more of a suburb, but it is known as a town. And I think it is becoming more of a suburb. As the area grows, more and more people are calling it a different suburb area, and it's just a community. But it's known for, the lots being bigger, the homes are less expensive. It's at the base of the foothill mountains. So when you're there, it's a little bit more of a rural feel. You can see Hanging Rock, which is only like 20 minutes away from King, and then Pilot Mountain is very close. So if you want to be at the base of the foothills, it's definitely a great place for you to live. It just moves a little slower, and King's got a lot of quaint little shops in the downtown area. It's really revived, and it's just a great place to live and call home. It's got great schools. Overall, it's just a great community, and definitely one you want to check out. So let's start with all the pros and cons of living in King versus Winston-Salem or any other community in the Triad. One of the pros I would say is that in King, or overall in Stokes County, most of the folks have larger lots. So half an acre is pretty typical for many homes in King. Larger lots, it's a quieter, more rural feel to the area. So that's definitely a pro, that you do get more space for your money. Another pro about living in King is that it truly has a small town feel and a sense of tight-knit community. So if you're looking to know your neighbors and participate in community activities such as the fair, or just knowing everybody in your area, or walking down the street and waving to your neighbors, or heading to the community park and chatting with people in the neighborhood or the area, King might be the perfect place for you. It is very close-knit. There's a couple of schools in the area, so people really know each other and love the area and the community. So that's a huge pro if that's what you're looking for. Another pro about living in King in Stokes County is, like I had mentioned earlier, is that you are at the base of Pilot Mountain as well as Hanging Rock and the Dan River. So if you like outdoor activities, this is a great place for you to live, because you can get to Pilot Mountain and go hiking, or Hanging Rock, as well as go hiking or hop on the Dan River, and you can kayak or canoe down it in probably about 20 minutes, which makes it so super convenient for Stokes County residents and King in general. So that is a super big pro. Another pro for living in King and Stokes County is that overall, the utilities, the water, trash, and taxes are going to be less expensive than they are in Forsyth County and Winston-Salem and or Greensboro. So overall, cost of living in King is going to be a little bit less if you own a home. So that is a huge, huge, huge pro, and people love Stokes County and King and all the surrounding areas because they do get more money, get more house for their value, and also taxes are cheaper. Another great reason why King could be your next home is that you kind of have a little bit of everything. There's grocery stores, there's dentists, we've got different medical care facilities now in the area, we've got a YMCA, so it's got a little bit of everything. You actually don't have to leave King to get kind of everything you need. So it's a very self-contained city, and that makes it a huge, huge bonus living there, even though you're 20 minutes outside of Winston-Salem. You can kind of get everything for your daily needs in the city. One reason why King may not be the place for you is the amount of activities in the evening and just nightlife in general. So it doesn't have a huge amount of activities or restaurants or bars or just things to do in the evening or, on the weekend. So if you're looking for a concert, King is not going to be your place. It's going to be, you're going to have to go to Charlotte, or you're going to have to go to one of the bigger cities because it's just a small town or suburb right outside Winston-Salem. So it's a community. So it's not going to be the place for you. Another reason why King may not be the place for your next home buying experience is because of the commute. It is off of Highway 52, and now they do have a new road, 74, that does actually take you through. You can go from Greensboro or Kernersville or Winston-Salem to King, but there is a commute. It is going to take you 20 to 25 minutes if there's traffic. It is a distance away from Winston-Salem. So if you want to be right next to Winston-Salem or Greensboro, or have a very quick commute to Winston-Salem or your job, or most likely your job is going to be either in Winston-Salem or Kernersville, King is not going to be for you because it's always going to be a commute every day. You're going to run into traffic on 52. It can be congested, and 74 is a new road, so there's not a huge amount of congestion or traffic, but you will always have a commute living in King. Now, the commute and the new highway 74 could actually be a pro. Even though it's King, there is a commute, 74 is so amazing, that road. Being that they opened part of the Beltway, it makes your commute from King to Greensboro, Kernersville so much faster. It saves you right now, and the road's not even completed, probably about 5 or 6 minutes. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but it does if you drive that every day. So that's kind of a pro, even though the commute is kind of a negative thing about King. Another negative aspect, you might call it, about King is there not as many new construction communities in King. Now that is kind of changing. More and more builders are actually coming into King and building new neighborhoods and communities, but you're not going to have as many new construction communities as you would see maybe in Louisville or Clemens or Kernersville and so on. The great big planned communities with pools and different amenities. King just doesn't have it. It's just a lot more rural. The lots again are going to be larger, even for the new construction homes and neighborhoods. Lots are larger than they are in Kernersville or Clemens, but you're just not going to have a huge amount of neighborhoods with a community pool or so on in King. Another reason why King may not be the place for you is if you don't want to have a well or a septic tank, or some internet options are limited in King or in Stokes County. So if a well is not your thing, or having a septic, or taking care of a septic tank, or being limited on internet options, it's definitely not going to be the place for you. Again, wells and septics are really easy to take care of, but they do require, maintenance every few years. They're cost efficient. They're great for that aspect, that you're saving money on water and sewer. But on the other end, you will have to care for them every so often. You'll have to do inspections on them, and those do cost money. So King does have a lot of those. So if that's not your thing, King may not be your place to live. There is a lot of public water and sewer, and you can get that throughout King and the Stokes County, but because the larger lots and it's more rural, you will find more wells and septic systems throughout the area. And internet, I lived in King and I didn't have any issues with internet, but some people, you know, if you don't have as many options to choose from with companies to, you know, pick living in King. Is King right for you? Only you will know. If you're looking for a small town, tight-knit community, King might be the place for you. Again, it's 20-25 minutes outside of Winston-Salem and probably 30 minutes from Greensboro. So there is a commute, but if the rural lifestyle, living at the base of the foothills, being closer to Pilot Mountain or Hanging Rock is the lifestyle that you're looking for, and you kind of want a bigger lot and a little bit, you know, more space for your money, it might be exactly what you're looking for. But if you're looking for a planned or a master planned community, Clemens or Kernersville might be the better option for you. This is all for you to decide. You're just gonna have to follow along, watch our videos, and we will show you bits and pieces of these great areas. I will say that living in King, because there is fewer homes on the market, and it is pretty desirable because the schools are rated really high. They have really high ratings. People love the schools, and there's not as many homes in the market in King. You do want to move fast. So definitely it's not something that you can really sit on moving to King. So if that's the place that you want to live, you have to jump on it. So if you're ready to narrow it down and you feel like King might be the place that you want to call home, you can call, text, or DM me. You know, better yet, you can schedule a Zoom meeting with me, and I'd love to chat with you about your next move and to find out if King is the place that you want to call home.